Yeah, welcome back to the firehouse for some more firehouse reasoning. I think I'll explain once again what the firehouse means, because every time when I have a reason, I'll say, welcome back to the firehouse. And maybe someone is listening who hasn't hear me explain what the firehouse is before, or what I mean when I say, welcome back to the firehouse. The firehouse is equivalent to the sun in the physical world. You know what I mean? Internally, it represents conscience, the positive that is in all. That's what the firehouse is. You can see this, I say, in numbers. Yeah? In the beginning was the one. Before the one, I say, there was zero. The one is the representation of firehouse, the light that arises out of the dark. Yeah? After this one arises, come the number two. The number two is a representation of the physical moon. The moon that can either be positive or negative, which is a representation of our mind. The mind of all human beings, I say, who has ever arisen out of the womb of woman, can either be positive or negative, depending on the choice of the individual, of course. After the two come the three, which is the representation of us human beings. Because within every human being you have the energies of positive and negative, and the human themselves. The negative energy represents what the religious nutters, I say, call the devil. Well, anyway, after the three come the number four. The first feel of negativity. The mildest feel, I say, where we might be just jealous, greedy, selfish, you know, these kind, where all must pass through. Who come out of the womb of woman, I say. Now, this represents, like, let's say it was a river or a sea that we have to cross. You know what I mean? So, not many people manage to cross this, you know? Because a lot of people just stay in that field. But if you escape from this field of negativity, you arrive at number 5. The first field of positivity, I say, outside of the one. Here you can literally feel the one then. Because the one is an energy that we can either feel, hear, or see. You know what I mean? If we are continuing in our negative ways and we are falling, we arrive at number 6. Here we are a bit more crude in our negativity then. We might even kill. You know, but we are a bit more vicious. You know? If we are rising in our positivity then on the journey towards firehouse, we arrive at number 7. Here we can literally hear the one speaking. If you know what I mean. If we continue to fall, we arrive at number 8. The densest field of negativity, where humanity is now at the moment, I say. Here you find the crudest form of negative soul, I say. These will commit genocide. yeah, these are the crude ones, I say. Over and above them, I say, come the number 9. The highest feel of positivity outside of the one. Obviously, it's not as high as the one, because everything comes from the one. But what happens when you reach the 9th level, which is firehouse? This is why firehouse returns. It's the return of the one that was in the beginning. And funnily enough, I hear these scientists saying the other day that they've discovered a 9th planet. And according to some vibration in Earth, this 9th planet is, I don't know, maybe planet X or whatever, and when it comes around, it's going to bring fire. I find that very amusing. You see what I mean? Since as I'm a teacher, as I say, a 9th grade general, not one who have not only hear and feel the one, but one who actually see the one. Because if you watch the play, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, whenever you arrive at the number 9, the 1 must return. If you know what I mean. So even though the humans don't know it, or those who know me don't know it, I know it, that there is no teacher who has ever arisen out of woman who could out-teach a 9th grade general. It's just not possible. Because the general is not the teacher. The teacher is the one that was in the beginning. That is the one who is returning. The 9th grade general is just reflecting the will of that one that dwells within all who has ever lived. You see what I mean? Whether now, before, or they shall live in the future. You understand? The Supreme Master. You know, when people talk about Jesus or Muhammad or the Buddha or whoever, well, any being who come out a woman, the positive one was in them as well as the negative one. Now, no soul can speak the truth or utter it out of their mouth unless this one teach it to them. Because this one is the light within. Just like how the sun is the only giver of light outside, you know. That kind of light I'm on about, not starlight, you know. So within, only conscience can give the light. But it don't just give you the light like this, because we are beings with the freedom of choice. You understand? Conscience cannot enforce its will, even though it's our will, you know. But it cannot enforce that will on us. Because we have the freedom of choice, you understand? That's why religious people are crazy when they're saying that, oh, God send or God give 10 commandments. God cannot send or give anyone any commandments because God already gave us the freedom of choice. To do that to us would negate our freedom of choice. So how we relate to God is a matter of choice. You understand? God only educates those who choose willingly. You see what I mean? It's like I said before, it's as simple as this. Clean water will not enter a dirty glass. Well, it will. But the water will spoil on the grounds that the glass is dirty. The same corresponds to the mind of human beings. The light of conscience, yeah, it will enter, but it spoil. But it only spoil because the mind is negative. And our mind is negative because of our action performing either on the 4th level, 6th level, or 8th level of negativity. You see what I mean? Whether mildly, crudely, or, I don't know, viciously. You see what I mean? Negativity means that you have chose the negative, either like in whatever form. So because you chose the negative, it is educating you. But it cannot educate you unless you choose it to do so, because it's got no will. You are the one with the will. So those who choose the negative go away from the light. You understand? And end up in darkness without light, where they have to believe because they don't know. You understand? So in the dark there, yeah, there are many down there saying they have faith, but they don't know that this faith is blind faith, believing what you don't know, because you cannot believe and know. You can only believe what you hear or what you've been told. You understand? For you to know, you have to change your negative ways and learn to live a self-disciplined life, and then you will learn from your experience. You will come under the guidance of conscience, the terrible and dreadful overlord himself. Like we would say, like in Jamaica, we call that one then Rastafari. Well, I wouldn't say we, you know, because there's many people using that name without knowing the fullness of that name, Rastafari. But check it out again. It's a 9-letter word. The fullness, you know. Rastafari. And I say in this time, that name, because the name that we give to the creative energy, that one that is within, is irrelevant, because it is not a name, if you know what I mean. But name help to, you know, like it's an indicator then. So this name, Rastafari, is a digital name. You know what digital do? It make the television show clearer picture. or you hear clearer sounds then. So the name Rastafari now will explain the one, this one that was in the beginning, more clearer than any other name that was ever used before. Well, this is what the ninth grade general say anyway, confidently. I'll explain it to you then. Like I say, it's a 9-letter word, and 9 represents the fullness. The full thing, eh? At the end of it, it says Rastafari. Well, this I stand for the one universe because the universe is one. It also stands for the one planet Earth because the Earth is one. On the planet Earth, even though they don't know it, you have one race of people living. No? Not these many different, just human beings. Within these full of shit human beings, I call them. Because we all full of stinking shit, innit? Although we like to think that some is better than some. But within all these human beings is the one spirit that watch them all. Rastafari, the terrible and dreadful overlord. You see, that's how I like to describe that one. Now, the majority is not aware of this fact. You know, it's a fact, you know. But the majority is not aware. And the reason why you are not aware of it is because of the actions that you are performing in life. You understand? If you choose to be negative, you go away in the dark, like I say, yeah? Down there now, because we are spirit living in physical bodies, yeah? We have physical eyes. So in the dark down there, you'll be able to see out of your physical eyes, you know what I mean? But because of your actions that you are performing, your spiritual eyes will remain closed. Understand? Can't open. So from there not open, you cannot see. And from you cannot see, all you can do is believe. You read what was written in a book long before you was born. And you come to me telling me about Jesus and Muhammad and whoever, as if you know these people. You don't know them. You might as well tell me about Harry Potter. You see, and Tarzan and Superman, fictional characters. Well, these religious nutters have fictional characters as well. And they will delude us with these characters because we are failing to use our God-given intelligence. You don't believe that God, as an example then. I know people don't know that God exists, but I know. But just presume that there is a God then, even if you don't know. Eh? You think this God, as an example, he could be so stupid as to give us a job to do, knowing that we haven't got the ability to do the goddamn job. Now, which idiot is going to give a man a car to drive knowing the man hasn't got the ability to drive the car? So if God put us here in this earth, you know, anywhere in creation at all, yeah, and whatever is going on, we have the ability to understand what is happening to us, what is happening around us. But we might not choose to, if you know what I mean. Because like I tell you, alright, just imagine it this way, because I know many people who are knowledgeable. I am not a very knowledgeable man. Because I was not a very, well, you know, attending school. I wasn't very, so I never gained a lot of knowledge. You know what I mean? But knowledge, we learn that from, like I say, school and college and others. And no one have to be moral when they are learning this knowledge. You can be the greatest scientist and at the same time you can be a pedophile. Which I know it happening. Or you see them in religion behaving in this way now. But to learn wisdom, which learning wisdom now, you're going to learn it from this one that was in the beginning. Yeah? You remember what I tell you, that clean water will never enter a dirty glass. Well, if you want to learn what man is calling wisdom, whatever this, you know, it's a wisdom. If you want to get some understanding of the spiritual side of life, then you have to be living morally. Your desire or your intention has got to be honest. You see what I mean? Otherwise, if you don't clean up your negative ways, the light of this one won't be entering you. You understand? This is not about the teachings of firehouse. It would be more or less to destroy what man would call religion then, and bring forth spirituality. Because in the beginning, that's what it was. Before organized criminality make spirituality into a dogmatic religion. So now, religion is the negative of spirituality. You see what I mean? Spirituality is when you are thinking for your own self, because God give you your own mind. Never create you as an idiot, or create you to be led by me as if you are a goddamn sheep. You know? It's like I'm here firing from ninth house fire then. This is what people don't understand about God as an example. God never sent me to say nothing to anyone. Because God hasn't got the power to do that. Because I am the one with the freedom of choice. You see what I mean? I choose to live an honest life and God educate me. But God never said to me, hey, come here, Ital. See? I want you to go and tell the people that. No, it doesn't work like that. My own desire, my own choice. Because I'm a lover of truth and rights. You know what I mean? So because I love that, then God educate me. And what I have learned from my own experience, that's all I'm talking about. I don't talk about nothing that I don't know about. You know? And I don't talk about no God that I up in no heaven. The God that I talk about is dwelling right there within man, you know. Obviously, if you cut the man and have a look in him, you're not going to find it because it's a spirit in it. Just like if you cut my body looking for me, are you going to find me? No, you're not going to find me. Of course, you're not going to find me. But I'm right in here though, right here in the invisible. Just like if you look for the video camera, that this energy that I'm telling you about, placed within all beings who have ever come out of woman. Memory, the video camera, the superstar spy, I call it. Because obviously no one can die, you know. Yeah, sure, physically Mr. Dead shall zamp you out of here. After you know. Because you are just, we're all in transit here, if you know what I mean. In this mysterious universe, you know. Very mysterious, I say. But the only thing I know that you are in transit here. Just passing through. So it's illogical to try and own anything here and possess it. Because you are going to leave from the seen to the unseen. And you cannot take anything from the seen to the unseen. If you know what I mean. So why should your desire then be focused in the seen? While you pay no attention to the unseen. Even the breath that you breathe. You know what I mean? Without that breath, what could you do in the seen? Yet you don't notice the power of the unseen over the seen. If you know what I mean, you see? So all these things can confuse us when we are not, I say, operating our faculties. And we cannot operate our faculties until we self-discipline. I cannot tell a next man how to self-discipline, you know, because I do not know his problems or his faults or what he needs to correct. But he does. Or she. You see me? Because we all know. No soul is living who don't know the truth. Everyone know. They might not apply. Well, not might. In the majority, they don't apply it. But they know it. You see what I mean? And no religious man, like I tell you, because all who are following religion are down in the dark, can speak the word of fire. You see what I mean? No soul who has ever come out of the womb of woman. I know this, you know. It's no need to brag. It's not a brag. You cannot brag. If I was a bragger, I would never know what I know, never know the truth. But the truth is the truth. You know, it's painful, might be painful for the majority to hear, you know. But it is the truth. But no soul who has ever come out of woman, ever, can dispute the words that come out of my mouth. You see what I mean? Not because I'm anyone special, because I'm not. But I'm reflecting the will of the terrible and dreadful one that dwell within all. You see what I mean? So I say I'm a 9th grade general. Real hot fire. You see what I mean? Because my words, even though, like I said, the people who understand it, are coming from beyond the regions of the mind. Any mind. So, you know, I don't take into consideration superstars when we spit in the word of fire. You see what I mean? Because these words, like I tell you, the words of firehouse are coming from beyond the regions of the mind. I say, way beyond the regions. What you see in books coming out of the mind of man. You know? What you see there, it come out of the mind of man to enter the book. But I am not repeating what is in the book. Because this is not a mind teaching. This is a firehouse teaching, you know. From beyond the regions of the mind. From where light comes from to enter the mind. Yeah, that's how it goes. To reach this stage in firehouse, you have to be born again, I say. Yeah. The virgin birth, I call it. But this is how the virgin birth come about now. The first birth is our parents have sex together and we come about physically. Yeah? But physically now we are still like sperms, heading for a new birth. But just like in the first birth, you know, not a lot of sperm make it. You know, the majority fade away then, if you know what I mean. But when we was born, you know, from the first birth, then we was born innocent and pure. But we born into a negative world, because the world was already negative before we arrived. You see what I mean? But our innocent state that we was born in now get automatically recorded on our memory. See? But we cannot stay in this innocent state. We had to grow up. That's how we end up in the fourth field of negativity. You know? Far away from our innocent state that we arrive here in. Because now we get corrupted by the world. You see what I mean? To a whatever degree, I don't know. Some less or some more, I don't know. You know what I mean? But anyway, we now get corrupted, yeah? Anyway, so automatically we are on the wrong road. If a day come when we stop doing what we know ourselves is wrong, it represents a turning round. And if we are determined enough, we can come right back and resurrect the innocent state of mind that we once had as a child. If you know what I mean. Now, when this happens, we are no longer the character that was caught up in the fourth field doing negative. We're like a new person. But this new being come about now, not through any sex. Because male and female can achieve it. So this is the true, natural, virgin birth. You know what I mean? We had these things in Africa a long time ago, you know what I mean? It's a mythological story that few understand. Because you can only understand it when you learn to live a self-disciplined life. And this one will teach it to you. The virgin birth. So once, like I say, now you return to childhood and you resurrect your innocent state of mind, the mind now revert back to like the mind of a baby. But you're not a baby now, you're an adult, but you'll still have a baby mind. You know how babies go on, you know? They might look at gold and find it fascinating because it's shiny, but not for long. Or look at diamond, you know? But they don't want to own anything, possess anything, and kill and date, you know this kind of thing. So you revert back to that now, you know, become a baby mind. You see what I mean? So I would say to myself, it's absolutely crazy for humans to come here fighting about gold and diamond, claiming that it's theirs and whatever, when from the beginning of time, all the gold that was ever here is still here, because you can't take it anywhere. It's pointless you owning the land and claiming it's yours when you have to die and leave it. Even if you pass it on to your children, they die and leave it. You know, it's fascinates me how you decide that by some means or ways we cannot live without money. When you never buy anything here, it was all given free. So it fascinates me that some humans, or a group of them, small I think, manage to capture everything and decide to sell it to people. As if they have some divine right for what was meant for all. And we accept this. But why do we accept this? Well, a lot of brainwashing, I say. Like they bring in race. Race don't exist, we are one. You have different physical bodies, but you don't have different spirit. Because spirit hasn't got a color. Run away and ask anyone, you know, black, white, Chinese, Japanese, blood clot, whoever. Ask them what fucking color their mind is. When I ask the wisest fucker whoever come out a woman, what color mine is? Don't know, because the spirit hasn't got a color. You see what I mean? Race is an illusion. You are being deceived by these eyes. You need to look through your spiritual eyes. So you let a man tell you that he's a Jew or an Arab or a Muslim or that. Those are just names that they're hiding behind. You can't be nothing more than a spirit in a body. Man, nothing more, you're human, whatever you want to call your rascal self. You know? But that's all you are, you know? It's like, when you reach ninth house, it's like say we was living in darkness and you put the light on. You can see everything. So I understand humans, not from a physical point of view alone. I can see them spiritually. You know? So if a man is saying, oh, I'm an Arab, I'm a Jew, it don't make any difference. You know, that's just excuse, or they're just showing you that they have accepted the program that was programming. You see what I mean? Because here you have different nationalities. It's all to separate and divide you. So these few who capture the planet can continue their evil rule over you. You don't dig it. A tiny minority is controlling the great majority as if they are sheeps or cackles. Why? Because the great majority refuse to think for themselves. You don't have to join any, why I call them religion. You know, something like how they have politics, excuse me. Politics, we call it politricks. But religion is something like that. And the reason why religion can capture people is because the people they are capturing are not living morally. They're not honest souls. Because if you was an honest soul and your desire was to live honestly, you would be under the guidance of your own conscience. And you wouldn't need any religion. It's only common sense. Like I tell you, God never created us as idiots. You know? We have the ability to know the difference between right and wrong and make the correct choice. It is simple. You know, it's like they say, it's not rocket. If I can understand it, and trust me, I rate myself as one of the most stupidest person around. You know, I don't understand these smartphones and, you know, I know I'm not knowledgeable or anything, but I do have a little bit of common sense. That's all it is, you know. But I will back myself against anyone with 1,000 degrees. You know? Yeah, all of them, not only one of them, you know. I want all of them who's got all the degree line up against me alone, who's just going to operate common sense. You know? Of course, if they're going to talk about, let's say, building a rocket or, you know, general knowledge, they will wipe the floor with me. No problem. But these same people who's got all the doctorate and all the degree and who study for whatever now, when it comes to common sense, I say, let's say we're going to talk about the mind, or even what is beyond the mind. These same people now who are genius, you're going to find out that you might be genius about physical matter. But life is not only about physical matter. Spirit. What do you know about the spirit? Or what do you know about what is happening within you? What do you know about the energies of positive and the energies of negative? The generators of thoughts. You know, when you get ideas in your head, or what you call it, inspiration, whatever you want to call it, there's only two energies that generate these: positive and negative. That's where thoughts come from to enter our mind. Now, what do you know about that? You know? Do you know, for example, like I say, just like how you see, when we are living, when the sun is out, everyone is living under the light. So no one, you can see everyone, you know, with your physical light. But did you know that as a soul, you are living under that same light within? You never know that, did you? Yeah, that means you might be able to hide what you are doing from me. Of course, because I'm not the light. I'm just a human like yourself. But try hiding it from yourself. You do something and hide it from yourself. Or better still, I say, hide it from the master spy, memory. Because here you know that on this planet you have people with, I don't know, the CIA, Mossad, and, you know, very high devils or whatever. And they have secret. You can't even access their secret by the computer. You know? Super guarded. And if they even catch you accessing their secret, well, you get a life sentence. But what they don't know, all their secrets is recorded on memory. They haven't got any. You know? They've got secrets from men. You know, us humans. But us human is not the intelligence. Is it? Like, I'm not God in it. So I don't care who want to hide anything from me. You know what I mean? No, I'm telling you about the intelligence that you must hide it from. And you can't do that, of course, you know what I mean? It's not that this intelligence, you know. You don't understand God. God is love. God is not into punishment. God don't punish anyone. If there's any punishment in the universe, you choose it yourself. But don't think that God is any judge. You know? There's a law. The law run operate things. You know, God is a different matter. If you want to be friends with God, you know, no problem. But the law is the law still. You see what I mean? And we know the consequences of the law, innit? Because the energy is about in us. And we know the difference between good and bad. Surely everyone knows that. It's only common sense, you know what I mean? So you go ahead and you make your choice. Now, obviously, some people might believe, as an example, that, listen, we've only got one life to live. So we might as well live it to the fullest. Because when death comes for you, you know, because everyone is a bit terrified of Mr. Death, you know. But anyway, hey, before we go on, Mr. Death is a great friend of mine. You know? That's one thing I love. It's a marvel to understand the ways of God still, you know. Because God, like I say, God is great and thunderous and dreadful, yeah. But what God did now, God never put anything with power over us. Not even God. The energy itself don't have any power over us. Because we are the one with the freedom of choice. So we can, if when God is talking to you, you can tell God to fuck off, you know. It's not a problem. Because the choice is yours. That's why you have the freedom of choice. The devil, the great Satan, the great master. And when we're talking about master, that is the energy that you want to call a fucking master. Not humans that live and die and fade away and is not here anymore. But an energy that has always been here from the beginning in whoever live here and is still here now. the great one himself, the negative energy. But not even this great one have any power over us, because this one cannot force me to act negative. It can only suggest negativity to the mind, which it constantly does, because that is the job of the negative master. But God never give him any power over us, if you want to call him a him then, you know. And now let's move on to the fearsome Mr. Death now. The remover, the great equalizer. Whose house we are now in when we come to earth. Come here to die, you know. And death fear a lot of man now. But the energy that we call God now never give death any power over us. Death only have power over the physical. And we are not physical, we are just riding in the physical body for a while. Yes, sir? So we can't die. You see, like the body getting old, that is the body getting old, not you. You cannot get old, don't you notice? Like they say, the mind is forever young. Yeah, that's how it goes in the mysterious universe, you know. That's why I say the great one, the terrible and dreadful one, when we was reasoning, says to me, you know, look at it now. Why do you think everyone has got a memory? It is I internal video camera. Yes, sir, man. To video all their deeds. I don't need any batteries, you know. Like I am videoing now and my memory is soon going to run down. Because my cameraman say only had 45 minutes. And right now we only got 2 minutes left. But the memory that I'm telling you about now, which is the one of the internal one, that is within all one, don't run out of battery. It records everything. Even the people that go senile, it's recording the fact that they are now senile. You see me? That is how awful and terrible this one is. So anyway, like my friend said, 2 minutes to go, and we've been rapping for a while about the ways of the 9th grade general and firehouse, because that is what is coming, you know what I mean? Like the Rasta man say, I am going to burn down Babylon. You see what I mean? The end is nigh. Yes, sir? So we're going to now reel out and fade out from the firehouse and hope to see you on another reel where we'll be burning some more internal fire. Rastafari, live it and reign it in the heart of all human beings. Fire out.